Good afternoon. I'm Bernie Wysocki from Green Oaks. I'd like to give you an overview of our village from last year when I spoke last May. And it was an exciting time, and if I sound a little boastful, it's because I'm really proud of our trustees and the people in our village that have worked so hard this past year since I last was with you. So I'll go through this slideshow, and computers hate me, so I hope this works out. Okay, this is an overview of what we're doing. We have the Roundout TIF district. Roundout was, we annexed the area of Roundout back in 1990, and we are working to resolve some of the blighted areas in that area. Jamaican Gardens, some of you old timers like me remember that as a big landscaping and floral shop that was destroyed by fire, and we are redeveloping that area. The Jessup facility, that's a manufacturing group that was one of the first that we used in our TIF district to help to create jobs for a number of people and redevelop part of Roundout. The annexation of Sheridan is a nursing facility that had been annexed to the village on the corner of Atkinson and Waukegan Road and helped as one of the anchors of our TIF district. I'll talk about our great schools at Oak Grove and Roundout, and I always like to talk about the fact that we do not have a municipal real estate tax. We received the Community of the Year from SMC for our work towards watershed development and for our drainage that we have used with volunteers and the help of our community. And this was the reason that they gave for us receiving that award. These are different projects. The one project that I wanted to tell you about in terms of our work in with the drainage in our area, and if you know our community, it's basically like a pool table. It's very flat, and the drainage needs you know, a lot of work. And part of our environmental studies included Oak Grove school students that worked with our engineer and learned about stormwater drainage and about pollution in our waters and that, and we included them, and it's been a great project for us. We're in the process of restoring northern flatwoods, oak savannas in our outlots. As you may have read, the County of Lake Forest Preserve is going after all the buckthorn in Lake County to eradicate that, and we undertook that with some of our areas. And what was so gratifying about this is we had so many volunteers who were willing to help out. This is what it looked like in 1939 before the buckthorn took over. Those were all oak trees there in the area. And that's what it looked like when we started to get the buckthorn in that area. You can see a lot of the trees had gone. These are the number of stewards that helped on the project. You can see on the left, you can see on the left there the buckthorn and then the after effect. And our residents that took part in that project are standing there. Next to them on the right is a pile of buckthorn that they cleared from the area of the woods. So, and Conserve Lake County gave us an award for being environmentally friendly towards our trees. Now to talk about the TIF. Many of you in business know about what TIF districts are, and certainly all the mayors and their council know about that. But it's basically a way of allowing a blighted area to be reformed or to assist both privately and publicly to redo the infrastructure and to help with businesses to update and modernize their facilities. The key to any good TIF district is to have a couple of anchors. By anchors, I mean areas that are shovel-ready and you have a large project that comes in there. Because if you start with an area that is vacant, then the taxes on that is very low. Once you get a development to come in, then the taxes remain as if it was vacant, but you now get the money to be used to redevelop the area as it increases in value, and then it's turned over back to the public taxing bodies. We have two. We have one that is way on, I would use my laser, but I don't think it's working here. Yeah, well, at any rate. So the one on the far left is the Jamaican Gardens facility that Spectrum is developing into the Green Oaks Senior Living. It's a multi-million-dollar living facility with a lake behind it that will have some duplexes for people who are independent. Up at the top right in the blue shaded area is the Sheridan of Green Oaks, which is also a senior living facility. We'll also have some independent living at that location, which used to be Hilltop Sanitarium for the old people that remember them. And that will also have a commercial outlet right there for, right across the street is Abbott Laboratories, so it'll allow them to come over and get a sandwich or, a dry cleaners and that sort of businesses that will be right on the corner there. Now in the middle, which is the purple shaded area, just to give you an idea how TIF can overnight create a sensation or a buzz in the area. Many of you here attended the ribbon cutting for North Shore Distillery. It's the oldest distillery for gin and vodka. And those of you who were at that ribbon cutting know what a beautiful facility they have created right there at the Harley-Davidson dealership right behind it there as a anchor to be in our village. To the left where the green space is, we have a large truck manufacturer who will have their sales of truck cabs there, which will increase the sales tax in that area, along with what I call mall food restaurants that will be right along Route 176 in that particular space right next to the tollway, just on the east side of it. There'll be a gasoline station and convenience store at that location. Next to there will be the Harley-Davidson dealership, along with the distillery. There is office space, condominiums for office space there. There'll be an upscale restaurant along with a proposed off-track bedding facility. There will be infrastructure work that's done on the roads right now and helping with the drainage. There'll be a increase in the work at Peter Baker and Sons as part of the TIF district. There will be a new greenhouse and retail and wholesale landscapers and that have moved from Highland Park to Green Oaks. And we will be spending over $1 million just in the first year as part of the TIF district that we have. And there's just some of the points of the areas that will be redone and have been applied for over the past year. This was the fire at Jamaican Gardens back in 2013, and we remedied it and got it shovel ready. And this is the residential senior living center, a multi-million-dollar act by Spectrum, which is nationwide in residential senior living. And this is the Jessup Corporation before the TIF, and we work with them to help them with their plans, and that's what it looks like today, and created hundreds of jobs for them. This was the Hilltop annexation that was the old Hilltop Sanitarium that was annexed at Atkinson and Waukegan Road. And this is the development that will go in there. I would tell you that both the senior living, we had ribbon cutting for both of them this past fall, and they're under roof now and 50% completed. So we're hoping to have the GLMV out again this fall for the second ribbon cutting when we open up. And that's the development for the Sheridan. I just want to talk quickly about our schools. We're very proud of our schools. They're K through 8, and they're all in one school. They are always have been, as far as I can remember, in the top 10 of grade schools in the Chicagoland area, and over 85% of the students there either meet or exceed the LSATs. You parents know what the LSATs are, or the ISATs, I should say, and compared with the statewide average, which is 58%. The schools are a major reason, I think, that people move to Green Oaks, and I think the second reason is, as I had mentioned about the fact of zero tax levy. The importance of that is, that came home to me as I was preparing my talk. I looked at the most recent copy of Chicago Magazine, and it was talking about here about the best places to live. And surprisingly, when you look at Lake County, Green Oaks has the shortest time for houses to be on the market. So sellers are able to move their houses, and it shows that people are wanting to move into our community. So if you are a business, think about Green Oaks. I think it's a wonderful place to both live and work. Thank you for your time.